Welcome back, welcome back. Hopefully I can set this up right. Today, we're going to learn a little bit together.
Word. 201 14A all day. Let's go, man. J Pressure. Take a nigga head off. Walk with me. Before you judge me, make sure your judgment is proper. I got to break the silent soul screaming like an opera. Stop the hate on the track, I'm a chopper. Lumberjack breaking his back, killing your chakras. Killing these tracks with the facts, Jack Obama. Life is a bitch, death is a man. Guess I'm listening to karma. Lyrical trauma that I wrestle with Dharma. Ain't impressed with investing your armor. What you rap about? Getting your money, I'm packing a throne, packing a chrome. Feel like Obi-Wan and attacking the cones. Young Anakin's panicking, I'm managing, I'm damaging, breaking foundation, it won't stand again. Graduated from puppet master, no handling, a mannequin. Walking through the desert to face the sin again. You claim you did it yourself, but need a hand again. Standing fuck in your place, you a mannequin. Bars break wicked, MCs make them a fan again. I'm underrated, I'm hated, but niggas still fans again. Trying to turn an M to a stand again. I won't start my guard mission for any man again. GMB coursing my veins, don't need to land again. Ancient paid the price of their life so we can stand again. Days of Noah, lion versus lambs again. My lord is a man, no war, so what's your plan again? On the right side of the table, no gambling. I'm handling, ready for Armageddon like a name again. I'm bandaging all my soul, I got a cram in it. Hit the final nail in the head, then we jam it in. Trojan horse, we moving like rams again. Computer virus, software, break towers when we stand it in. It's a scam again. MCs claim to be animal thugs in front of the judge, they be a man again.
He wanted to see everything become as above, as below, as Thoth, the god of wisdom, said in his tablets, known as the Emerald Tablets of Thoth.
Fair use.
Just as the universe has supreme laws that govern and regulate it, and prevent it from falling into the abyss of chaos, so also, man should have laws that govern and regulate his behavior, and prevent man from falling into the abyss.
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does a serpent talk? And not only that, but why is the serpent's punishment to
This is what was known by the ancient Egyptians as the 42 laws of the Ma'at, or the negative confessions, or the Declaration of Innocence. The 42 laws of the Ma'at is a list of 42 sins, which the soul of the deceased can honestly say he or she has never committed, when he or she stands in judgment in the afterlife.
So basically, the laws of Ma'at are, before you die, if you die doing these things, it's going to make your vibration, your soul, be a certain way. So, pay attention.
The most famous list comes from the Papyrus of Ani, called the Book of Coming Forth by Day, and widely translated as the Egyptian Book of the Dead, 1250 BCE, which is often described by Egyptologists as the ancient Egyptian Bible. This book preceded the appearance of all moral codes in the Middle East cultures. It preceded the Jewish Ten Commandments, Zoroastrianism, the Greek philosophy, Christianity, and Islam.
What he's basically saying, it's older. So, you know how people can prove certain things are older? You can say whatever you want to say about life, but if something's older and that information is the same information that's in your book, that's where you got it from. Now, I'm not saying your book ain't right. I ain't saying they book ain't right neither. I'm saying books got the same stories, and why?
In a nutshell, the 42 Mart laws are the origin of moral code of ethical concepts and teachings of the so-called heavenly religions.
See, this is like GMB mastery level. See, I now understand what the Most High was trying to make me feel like, yo, you're going to the next level, dog. Like that 10 Commandments, that's the beginning. That's for the little dudes. That's for the people under you. That's so they can get next to me and I won't pound them. They probably won't even be able to do this other stuff. But you will. Or I'll pound you to dust. So I'm like, hey, father, bro, ease up. I had enough of that. Let me learn.
These laws are ascribed to Mart, who or what is then Mart in ancient Egyptian culture. Mart, or meat, refers to the ancient Egyptian concepts of truth, balance, order, harmony, law, morality, and justice.
Oh, the gray? Really?
Mart was also the goddess who personified these concepts.
It's not gonna be that hard for me.
The story of the 42 laws of Mart.
42.
This story is an essential part.
So we're going from 10 and then throw another 10, 42 on that. 52 commandments. And this is the week. This is for you guys. See, this is how you really get good. You can get this level too. Because, like, you know, in the Bible, there's like 600 laws. People have no idea. You're lucky you don't. I want to be chosen. Yeah, you want to have a lot of rules on you that you don't want to do, right? Yeah, sure you do. Sure.
Included in the Book of the Dead, which
Sure.
is a funerary text providing instructions to the soul in the afterlife.
Oh.
Since the ancient Egyptians believed that the soul was eternal, and one's life on earth was only a brief aspect of an eternal journey, it was considered vital that the soul should have some kind of guidebook to navigate the next phase of existence.
I'm not gonna take claim to this. I heard this a long time ago, and that's like another reason I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn about this book, cause that's the dopest anagram I've ever heard. Someone once told me, you don't follow the Bible because you haven't been taught that even if you don't believe in it and you don't bow down to that God or blah 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 blah, you don't understand what the usefulness. It's Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. And I said, oh, you got that.
It was understood, if one did not know where one was going, one could not arrive at the desired destination.
Oh.
The Egyptians, being eminently practical, believed one would need a guide in the afterlife, just as one did on Earth.
Oh, okay.
The
Makes
purpose
sense.
of these texts was to orient and reassure the soul of the deceased, once it awoke in its tomb following the funeral. The soul would be unaccustomed to the world outside of the body, and would need to be reminded of who it had been, what it had done, and what it should do next.
That's deep.
In most depictions, the soul would be led from the tomb by Anubis, to stand in judgment before Osiris, Thoth, and the 42 judges. When one's turn came, one would stand before the gods, and recite the negative confession, each one addressed to a specific judge.
That's crazy. 42 laws or whatever, and then there's 42 judges, so they're all master of that one law, so they can judge properly. Probably. I don't know. I just know that's what I heard him say. There's 42 and 42, and that means you're probably getting judged 42 times by a master of that thing. Like, that's dope. That's fair. split up the work. Everybody ain't got to run around like, I got to know this, know that. No, I'm going to learn all this. I'm going to judge people on it.
And then hand over one's heart to be weighed in the balances. It was thought that the heart contained one's character, one's personality, and intellect, and would need to be surrendered to the gods in the afterlife for judgment. The heart was placed on the scale, in balance against the white feather of truth, representing Mart.
You versus you.
And, if it was found to be lighter, one went on toward paradise. If it was heavier, it was dropped onto the floor, where it was eaten by the monster Amit, the goddess who is called Devourer of the Dead, and the soul then ceased to exist.
Hey, I'm Russ Ruffino, and if you're a coach, consultant, expert, author, or speaker, I have just one question for you. Do you know where your next client...
And Anubis would confer with the 42 judges. This would be the point at which allowances might be made. The 42 judges represented the spiritual aspects of the 42 districts of ancient Egypt, and it is thought...
I've heard of that concept of Anubis and all that, and the alligator, tiger, beast, half super thing that he's talking about. And yeah, it's like you get judged because of your own actions and your own actual spirit. Everything you do makes you feel a certain way and transform your spirit to a negative or positive. And if you're an asshole, you can't hide that because it's your soul. So when they judge you, they're gonna have this thing eat you out of existence. When I heard that, I said, whoa. People are like mad at my father. Talking about, nah, he gonna put you in purgatory or whatever and have a big court system and everybody gets judged on, like, well, you know what I mean? Like, and then, like, he forgives and stuff. You can, like, with the Most High, you can do bad and then, but you gotta, before you die, do good or whatever. I'm not exactly sure exactly how this goes, but all I do know is that's, like, just brutal. Like, you messed up in life, now you don't exist no more. You're done. You don't get to come back no more. You're out of here.
that each of the confessions addressed a certain
That's
kind
crazy.
of sin, which would have been particularly offensive in a specific district. If the judges felt that one had been more virtuous than not, it was recommended that the soul be justified and allowed to get to paradise. Once there, the soul would enjoy an eternity in a world which perfectly reflected one's life on earth. Everything one thought had been lost would be returned, and souls would live in peace with each other and the gods, enjoying all of the best aspects of life for eternity.
Wow.
The 40
That's different. Like, I ain't gonna say that's better than what I hear in the story of the Bible, because it's almost like the same almost, except in this, they like go to this new thing. And it's their every reality of what they wanted to have in the reality, I guess. So it would be like you starting your whole life over, I guess, and then living it, and then all the good stuff happened. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I get from that. When I hear that, I'm like, wait up, that's like me getting to restart my life, and then all the good things happen, or I get to restart a life in a better way. You know what I mean? Maybe have a better family, or maybe they don't even have to be a different family. Everyone could be together in a better way and follow the laws and shit. I don't know. And all that stuff. But like the Bible says, Most High gonna restart the gauntlet. And I like that. I like the book. And this sounds like it too, like, because the other people that don't get eaten by the thing, it said that certain people will go to the super duper, you getting everything. And then other people, I guess you probably got to come back and learn these lessons again or something, or go to another, I don't know. But I know that's what he said.
42 negative confessions, as a prerequisite to enjoy blissful eternity. Before one could reach this paradise, however, the negative confessions had to be accepted by the gods. And this meant one had to be able to sincerely mean what was said. The following is the translation of the 42 negative confessions by the great Egyptologist Wallace Budge from the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I have not committed sin. I have not committed robbery with violence. I have not stolen. I have not slain men or women. I have not stolen food.
These are all the 10 Commandments.
I have not swindled offerings. I have not stolen from God.
Stolen from God?
I have not told lies. I have not carried away food.
Yeah, stealing food.
I have not cursed.
Ah, man.
I have not closed my ears
I don't
to
be doing
truth.
that, though.
I have not committed adultery. I have not made anyone cry. I have not felt sorrow without reason. I have not assaulted anyone. I am not deceitful. I have not stolen anyone's land.
I want mine.
I have not been an eavesdropper.
Nope.
I have not falsely accused anyone.
No. I tell it how it is.
I have not been angry without reason.
Yeah, basically.
I have not seduced anyone's wife.
Nope.
I have not polluted myself.
I'm working on it.
I have not terrorized anyone.
No, I don't. Unless you're evil.
I have not disobeyed the law.
No. I try my hardest.
I have not been exclusively angry.
Nah.
I have
Creatively
not
angry.
cursed God.
No, I don't curse God ever.
I have not behaved with violence.
Not yet.
I have not caused disruption of peace.
For evil people, maybe, not good people.
I have not acted hastily or without thought.
Yeah, sometimes.
I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern.
I don't know. People don't
I
let me
have
know.
not exaggerated my words when speaking.
No, I don't. I say what I mean.
I have not worked evil.
No.
I have not used evil thoughts, words, or deeds.
No.
I have not polluted the water.
Definitely not. I'm fucking buying it.
I have not spoken angrily or arrogantly.
I try not to. At least I don't think I'm telling the
I
truth.
have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deeds.
No, I don't need to curse you. I'll tell you the truth about
I
yourself.
have not placed myself on a pedestal.
I don't have a pedestal. I'm just a man.
I have not stolen what belongs to God.
I don't even know what belongs to me.
I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased.
I definitely don't do that. Yous do.
I have not taken food from a child.
I definitely don't do that. I would never.
I have not acted with insolence.
No.
I have not destroyed property belonging to God.
No, but a lot of people have. And y'all don't know. But y'all...
An objective and an unbiased researcher should keep in mind that these moral laws were the origin of any subsequent moral codes, including the assumed divine 10 Commandments.
Oh, really?
This made James Henry Breasted, the trustworthy Egyptologist, in his book, The Dawn of Conscience, come to the conclusion that the 10 Commandments were derived from the 42 negative confessions of Mart.
So, right away, your brain is, the Bible's fake, let's jump to Egyptology or something. Let's fucking leave everything behind we know. That's how my crusade started with this. See, my father started me with these ancient stories, and I didn't know these certain things, like the deeper meaning. I was still just learning stories, or hearing Mayat and or whatever, not understanding it fully. And it took me to learn other things, to go into other things, and then that explain more things and what words meant and blah blah blah. And then you just, so when you see me run around with the cross and the Buddha, and I say you gotta combine it and then put it in your mind and learn how to balance your force, your mind, your right side, left side of your brain, creative side, imaginative side, male side, female side, and you gotta bring that into one, so you become a fucking Super Saiyan on these people. I mean, not literally, but the best of yourself. Now, it always seems like I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's not me. The Most High made me study these things. The Most High made me train hard and go through this so I can show this. And the people that are gonna think they're gonna, he'll deal with you. It's not easy, but it's fun, because as you learn yourself and as you learn this reality and how natural things for the tree growing is the same thing as you. But a lot of people want it to be we want it to be easier. I did. Hope I got enough time for this, but this story may help you with what I mean by you gotta combine. This helped me.
Yellow,
Fair use.
look at that loser sitting by himself. I'm gonna talk behind his back, and every time he walks by, I'm gonna make fun of him for being a loner, for being alone. I'm gonna make him feel more alone, more inadequate, and in doing so, by making this person's life harder, I'm gonna feel better about myself. Napoleon Bonaparte, you are a loser. Napoleon Bonaparte was a loner. For a large portion of his life, he just sat by himself. When he was going to school in France, he was a much poorer aristocrat. None of the other French aristocrats treated him properly. If anything, they kind of ostracized him because they had nothing in common with him. He was from a different part of Europe, and just by chance, he happened to make it into a more prestigious academy. But nonetheless, he was alone. Despite being alone, despite not fitting in, and despite being ridiculed early on in his age, he still believed in himself. He would still look at himself and think, there's something special about me. Some would call it narcissism. Others would call it feelings of grandeur. And as Napoleon Bonaparte grew and flourished into his position as an emperor, others would confirm his feelings of grandeur.
He fell to the shadow realm and became the ultimate Sith Lord the world has ever fucking seen.
A delusional narcissist to the pinnacle. And to be honest, the only way he could have become an emperor was if he was a delusional narcissist. If he did not believe in himself as much as he did, he never would have become as incredible as he did. But at the same time, if he was not a loner, if he was not ostracized, he would never have thought this way in the first place. Why? If he was constantly surrounded by other people on a consistent basis, he would think like them. He would think what they were thinking. He would be talking about how that other kid is a loser, how he's above everyone else.
Yep.
He'd be thinking the exact same thing his peers were thinking. He would not have formed his own thoughts.
Yep.
Because he was alone. He could detach his mind from the rest of the world and think for himself. And in doing so, he truly believed, after deep analysis to the core of who he was. He believed himself to be something great. Through hard work, taking risks, willpower, and belief, he became the greatest emperor Europe has ever seen. No one has ever done that to Europe. You know, no one ever will do that to Europe. No one has ever conquered Europe like Napoleon has. Let's do a 360
Most
here.
High will.
Instead of talking about a conqueror who destroyed and pillaged to attain all he wanted, let's talk about an individual who brought our world to life.
Exactly.
An individual who set the tone for modern civilization. Pretty much everything we have today would not exist without this man. Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla once said, "Antisocial behavior is a sign of intelligence amongst a world of conformists."
If you don't know what that means, it means some people that actually can stay by themselves are a fucking genius.
It is okay to be alone. In the eyes of the greatest inventor of all time, or at least one of them, I'm sure Leonardo is up there as well, but for the
Depending on
most
what you
part,
do
it's
with
safe
your
to say
time.
Nikola Tesla probably was the greatest inventor. He said, if you want to know the secret to invention, the secret is to be alone. It is okay to be a loner. It is
Oh,
okay to be
really?
a loser. That is where champions are born, ironically.
It's where you find the most high.